You know, you already know how to read people. You just haven't learned to read the signs yet. So today, we're going to dive into Friedrich Nietzsche's amazing psychological insights to decode the clues that, let's be honest, everyone leaves behind. This isn't about learning cheap tricks, it's about seeing the truth.
Now, when Nietzsche said this, you might think it sounds cynical, but he wasn't. He saw masks as, well, as necessary armor for surviving in society. The key thing he was warning us about is this: never, ever confuse the performance with the actual person.
Because here's the thing about masks. They're not perfect. The truth is always leaking out, not in some grand speech, but in the cracks. You know, a nervous laugh, a sudden silence, a weird hesitation. That's what this is all about, learning how to spot those little moments. So let's start with the masks themselves. Look, people wear them not because they're fundamentally fake, but because they're scared. Scared of being rejected, scared of not fitting in. It's really just a survival mechanism.
Okay, this right here is one of Nietzsche's sharpest tools for reading people, the idea of projection. It's this wild concept that what we absolutely can't stand in other people is often just a reflection of what we're terrified to face in ourselves. And check this out. This is how it works in real life. When someone is constantly, and I mean constantly, attacking arrogance in others, you should listen very closely. They're often broadcasting their own deep insecurities about their self-worth. When they obsess over how dishonest everyone else is, they're probably hiding a truth they just can't admit. Their criticism, it's really a confession. And this gets right to the heart of overcompensation. I mean, if someone constantly has to tell you about their accomplishments or put other people down, they're not confident. They are terrified of being overlooked, of not being enough. Real confidence? It's quiet. It doesn't need to compete. You should be very, very wary of anyone who loudly advertises their own purity or virtue. Nietzsche saw this for what it was, a will to power in disguise. Morality can so easily become a mask for feeling superior. Just think about it for a second. Real goodness is quiet. It doesn't need applause.
Okay, so let's go a little deeper. It's one thing to see the mask, but it's a whole other thing to watch it when it starts to crack. And trust me, this is where the truth really begins to leak out.
So think about this for a second. Why do people do these things? We've all seen it, right? The person who just talks and talks and talks. Or the complete opposite, the one who just shuts down and disappears. What's the one thing driving these totally opposite behaviors?
You might think the reasons are really complicated, but the answer is almost always the same. It's one thing, hiding just beneath the surface.
It's fear. You know, we rarely act from a place of pure desire. Most of what we do comes from a deep, primal fear of loss. Loss of status, loss of love, loss of our very sense of who we are. So if you want to read someone, stop asking what they want. Instead, ask yourself, what are they terrified of losing?
And this right here is so important to get. It's this inverse relationship between the outward performance and what's really going on inside. The person performing this unshakable confidence is often desperately trying to bury some deep-seated guilt. The one who exaggerates everything they do is trying to drown out their own insecurity. It's all a performance designed to hide the exact opposite emotion. And this perfectly captures one of Nietzsche's most powerful insights, especially for our world today. I mean, just think of social media. That constant look at me energy isn't a show of strength. It's a whisper of need. The person who truly knows who they are, they don't need to be watched all the time. All right, we're going to the deepest layer now. We've seen the mask and the fear that's behind it. Now let's look at the source, the wounds that created the need for that mask in the first place.
This insight, honestly, it changes everything. We love to think we're these super rational beings, that our beliefs are built on facts and logic. But Nietzsche argued that our entire worldview is basically constructed to protect us from past pain. We form our opinions based on what has hurt us, and only then do we use logic to justify them.
So if you really want to understand why someone thinks the way they do, don't argue with their logic. Ask what they're afraid of repeating. Ask what pain they never want to feel again. You'll see their opinions aren't attacks, they're shields. And here's the thing that might just blow your mind. People repeat the roles they were forced to play as children, the family dynamics they never really escaped. They think they're acting from their adult beliefs, but really, they're just replaying the past, over and over again. And this just lays it out so clearly. The child who has never heard becomes the adult who constantly interrupts, terrified of being invisible again. The child who is punished for showing emotion grows into the detached, overly logical adult.
The kid who had to earn love becomes the adult who can't stop performing for it. Our behavior is just our biography in motion.
Okay, so we've seen the wounds. Now let's look at the patterns they create. Because these repeated behaviors aren't just habits, they are, in a way, confessions. They tell you exactly how someone protects themselves, and from what.
So, let's look at behavior as a kind of story people are telling you. These aren't just random actions. The person who ghosts isn't just being rude, they're confessing their fear of being abandoned first. The workaholic isn't just dedicated, they're confessing a terror of what they might find in the silence. Their patterns are their truth.
So let's bring this all together. We've peeled back the mask, we've decoded the fear, and we've uncovered the original wound. So, what do we do with this knowledge? What's the point?
And this is really important. Nietzsche's goal was not to give you a weapon. This isn't about gaining power or leveraging someone's weakness. The point of seeing the fear behind the bully or the scared child behind the critic is to extend a little bit of grace, not to exploit them.
And here is the final and maybe the most important step. Because here's the twist. Every single truth we've uncovered about other people is really just a mirror. Their patterns, their fears, their childhood scripts, they all reflect our own. The more clearly you can see them, the more clearly you can see yourself.
So I'll leave you with this. This was never just about reading other people. It was always about becoming aware of the stories you tell yourself, the fears that are driving you, and the mask that you present to the world. What is it protecting? And what would happen if you let it slip?